Hi, it's me, Ingrid INFP, and it's 9:30 p.m. and it is still light outside because this is Sweden, uh, where this is the shortest night of the year. Um, I don't live in like the most northern part, so it will get dark at some point, but it's long before sunset. Um, And that's great. That's the best part of the year here. It gets pretty lousy once it starts becoming November, December, and it gets dark at 3 p.m. But we'll make the best of the sunlight that we have today. And I'm going to talk about playfulness and in INFP communication, because that is something that actually helps me a lot in my work as a doctor. It makes going to work fun. It makes patients like me, and it kind of makes up for the fact that we're not the most charismatic of people. It's like our own niche kind of charisma, you could say. So I don't have really traditional patient-doctor discussions. First of all, because I'm young and because I'm not totally Swedish. So a lot of my patients get a little bit confused when they come to me. I don't look really the part of the doctor, and I don't act as the part of the doctor. I do, but it's I always add my special twist to it. And I think that that's how INFPs in general act, like interact with the world, is that we have to find our own way to do it because the conventional way doesn't fit us. It doesn't suit us. We'll never really be able to get to the point where we can do exactly the conventional thing and not wear a mask while doing it. So we want to be authentic to ourselves and be ourselves. Being ourselves is what is our strength, and so we can't really speak the way that they do in the textbooks, and we're not really like authority figures by nature. So doctor-patient relationship will look different. I'm using the doctor-patient relationship as like just an example. That is where I get most interaction with people, in my case, because I don't talk to a lot of people outside of my job, unless it's like I go to a party or something. So I think that what saves me, what gives me that little bit of charm, is that playfulness that comes in at my work. I once had an exam, like my first exam to a practical, that I had to talk to a patient and do a full examination of a patient for the first time. And I got the critique that I was treating it like a game and not seriously enough. And I was like, what do you mean? I am treating this seriously. But when I come to think of it, yes, I was treating it like a game, because that's how I treat most of my interactions with the world. I need to do it in that way because I can't pull the social skills needed just naturally. So I need to find my own ways of making things work. And so, yeah, if I was kind of joking around with this 80-year-old lady, it's because that's my way of connecting with people. It's my NE. It's what makes things interesting, and my communication style will not be bland and generic like FE or TE would be. judging functions. I am a perceiver in the MBTI because, well, we are INFPs. We're dominant judgers, but it's introverted. So it's not something that we use to interact with the world. We interact with the world in a perceiving way. So, of course, it will not look like I'm very serious when I'm talking, even though I am very capable of talking about serious things. It's just that I will add my own spin to it, and a lot of the patients actually enjoy that. But yes, this doctor was, I think, I think that she was like a ESFJ or ESTJ, something like that. She was an SJ type, and she just was not in for like playing around. So yeah, she was like on the edge of failing me, but she passed me on her goodwill. But I realized, like, okay, a lot of people will not want me to be myself and will say that that's because I need to learn to be more professional. And this thing about being professional is not, it comes more naturally to some people than others. And I think INFPs, we have to really act a part if we want to look professional in the eyes of certain people. I think that I do my job well, and I think that I can still do it while being myself. Of course, you have to play a little bit of a show when you're around people that you don't know, and you're acting as a role as a doctor. But playfulness is the way we connect with people. I like joking around with people. I like connecting different ideas. I usually talk to myself out loud and bounce the ideas off my patients. Sometimes my patients get confused, but I always try to clarify, and usually that works well too. I will sometimes poke a little bit when I have to ask a little bit prodding questions. I will do it in such a way that's a little bit sneaky, but it actually works. Okay, sorry, I just sneezed. And I think that the playfulness is kind of endearing to some patients. Like they like to see that their doctor is human. And that isn't something that you see a lot of in doctors, so that is where I have to go on my own path. Playfulness, like, it's not always immature to be playful and to make things exciting. You can turn anything into something like pleasant if you try hard enough. As long as you don't do it in a mean-spirited way, I think a lot of people want a break from their troubles and they want to be slightly entertained. I usually greet my patients and tell them oh, we have a bit to walk. And they'll be like, oh, that's fine. Or I'll say these things and it's just funny to do. So I do them. Maybe it's not the best policy, but that's what brings me joy to my job. So I'm just going to keep doing it. Sometimes I'll crouch on the floor and look at people's feet or legs, and they'll be like, oh, do I need to do you want me to stand up? Or I said, no, I'm fine on the floor, and they'll be like, oh, but no, or I'll it's just these simple interactions that that bring the spark to the job, and I really enjoy that. And I've gotten better with time. I used to be really like social anxiety, like I wouldn't be able to talk to anybody. I need to use like cues to know what to say, and I'll say them like all the time. um, but it actually works. Like, you know, I have to say like, have a great day, have a great evening, and I'll be like, is there anything else I can do? You have to say these, in any job, you have to say, well, I mean, customer service kind of jobs, you have to say these sentences over and over again. And I've managed to find my own sentences that work. Sometimes some older patients will think I'm saying something weird, and so I'll have to clarify. But like, I like navigating the social sphere when it's one-on-one and when I'm actually doing something important, and where I feel like the exchange is giving us both something. So I think that we as INFPs can navigate social situations well. It's just in our own way. So that was my conclusion to this long video, is that yes, you don't need to be a judger, and you don't need to be an extrovert. You don't need to be a TE user to have authority. Well, we are TE users, but last function. And we can communicate well with people. It's just that we do it in a different way than what an SJ would. So tell me what you guys think about communication. I'm just sitting here talking to myself in the void. You should have a great day. I'm going to have a great day at least. Bye.